2 months. Come on up. Please, come on. You're Terry Lynn Broussard.
Yeah.
We're here with Mr. Dusler, your attorney, and the state's attorney here. There are two cases we're dealing with, as you probably know. In 21-38622, this is a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation where you were put on probation for the state jail felony of theft on January 6th of this year. Then there is another case, 25 CR 262, where you are alleged to have committed theft on or about November 23rd of last year, 2024. And because you have 2 or more prior theft convictions in county courts at law of Jefferson County, Texas, it's a state jail felony every time, even if it was a pack of gum. It's going to always be a state jail felony or higher, which means you're looking at up to 2 years. You get punished not just for the value of the property on a theft, but if you have prior theft convictions, then it's automatically a state jail felony. So that's just the way law is. And then we've got this other motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. That's pending. So what we consider?
We're going to deal with the motion of revocation.
All right. I need a pass and nothing but a pass. So help me God.
There won't be anything. It's unagreed to you. Depending what you do on the motion to revoke, we'll take care of the second case.
Okay.
So there won't be anything like that right now for the motion to revoke.
All right. Well, let's think this out. Then she has a right to appeal. Unless she hadn't waived it.
Waive the right to appeal.
No, on what I do here, she's going to have to. She's going to have.
Oh yeah, but she'll.
But that's not been done. I mean, that's not done. But we're going through them. We're going through the proceeding, but then the normal paperwork that we include is that not only has something to do with the defendant's rights, but also is a memorialization of what is on the record so that later someone doesn't go, I was confused. I didn't know what was happening. Nobody ran this by me. And then you have a signature in writing and all is well.
Once we dispose of the motion, what you decide what's going to happen with the motion, we'll do a waiver of appeal on the new case plus this and get it all for you.
Okay. Just, I trust you, but it's in the past, it's happened.
It'll be done.
Where that
It'll be done.
did not happen.
It'll be done.
Just said it. Right as I take a leap of faith here. In 21-38622, a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation has been filed in this case. You are Terry Lynn Broussard. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Lower your hand. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation in 38622? Can we proceed on summary?
Yes, sir.
And you were here with Mr. Dusler, your attorney, and the state's attorney is here. Ms. Broussard, in summary, this motion to revoke probation states that on January 6th of this year, earlier this year, in this court, you were placed on 5 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for the state jail felony of theft. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Allegation 1 here. After you were placed on probation, the motion goes on to state that you failed to report to the probation office, the Jefferson County Probation Office, on or about March 6th, March 12th, April 25th, 2025, in violation of your probation order. Is anyone from probation here on this? Okay, because I'm going to ask a couple of questions that, what happened?
I'm not certain, Your Honor.
I'm making a call to find out, Ron.
Because, yeah, I need just to verify. I think this is going to work smoothly, but still on the record, I'd like the probation office because
I'll get them right.
they're the experts. Okay, this states that you failed to report on those dates in violation of your probation order. Is that true or untrue, ma'am?
Can you repeat that?
That you could only report those dates.
You failed to report on March 6th, March 12th, and April 15th.
Somebody threatened to call on me and tell a bunch of lies. So my niece, we had got in a real big fight and this and that. So when she threatened to do that, because she's the one taking the pics of my.
But you didn't show up to
But
it.
I didn't show up.
All right. So that allegation would be true?
Yes, sir.
All right. Next, number 2 states you failed to immediately report to the probation office your new phone number. I guess you changed phones and you have to keep that updated, and that's a requirement of condition 9 of your probation order. Did you fail to do
I
that?
failed to do that.
Oh, but you're going to fix that, right?
Oh, yes.
And finally, this states that you failed to provide verification of performing community service hours. Everybody on probation has to do community service hours. Did you fail to do
I
that?
failed it.
Oh. So are you stating that you, again, violated allegations 1, 2, and 3 of your probation order, failing to report, failing to immediately report your new phone number, failing to report the person, failing to immediately report your new phone number, and failing to provide verification of performing community service hours? Are all of those true and correct?
Yes,
Are you pleading true and correct to those allegations voluntarily and because they are true as they are alleged in this motion?
yes.
Do you understand and appreciate that a voluntary and knowingly made plea of true to one or more violations of probation, that would be enough to grant the motion to revoke probation? Your probation can be revoked and you can now be sentenced up to the full range of punishment. This is a state jail felony, which carries with it no less than 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail. Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today? Yes, I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. There was restitution owed, it looks like, in the amount of $119.70. Was that ever paid back?
One time I paid my probation.
No, I spoke to her, she's been.
I haven't paid none.
You paid some of your fees, but they didn't.
Generally, it goes to fees first, and then what's left over goes to restitution.
Okay.
But it was $119.70.
That's what I'm supposed to pay once a month, $119.
But you never paid it. It never was applied since you were placed on probation.
Well, I thought I went in there and put some money down.
I know you put some money, but that's going to be for other types of fees.
Oh,
Every
okay.
probation officer, every probationer has to pay monthly fees for probation, kind of like they're paying for the probation. And what do we do about the restitution,
Yeah,
if anything?
if you keep her on probation, you can continue to order it as you have. If you revoke her, just order the restitution as part of the sentence.
Well, the next question would be, how would you pay for it? How would you pay back the restitution? Do you have an income?
I mean, disability, I get $9.64 a month.
Yeah, but you still have to pay for your necessities of life, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
But do you have money left over?
Yeah. After I pay my probation, that's 120. And then all that's the rest of it. I had to pay rent, pay cell phone.
Yes, ma'am.
And pay a way to get back to go to work, which I do part-time. And I have food stamps. I get $200 worth of food stamps. So I'm all good. $70 worth of hygiene.
All right, let's hold that just in abeyance here for just a moment. Let me go to this new case. This is a theft, state jail felony theft, similar in to the previous case we were talking about, since she has 2 or more prior convictions of thefts alleged in each of these 2 indictments we were working on. Anytime you commit a theft, even if it's a pack of gum, it's a felony. What was the value on this theft in 25 CR 262? It looks like from Dillard's.
It was from Dillard's. There was a co-defendant. I think the aggregate was around $600, but everything was returned, to my understanding.
So there's no
No restitution.
restitution on that one, right?
That's correct, Judge.
Fine. Okay. Now let's go back on 38622. What the court's going to, this court requires people to pay the loss back. That's how you fix it.
Okay.
Okay. So what I intend to do is revoke her probation, place her on regular probation. She has 94 days credit on this. So we put her on, convert it to a regular probation, essentially for the purposes of getting the restitution paid back and hoping that this deters Ms. Broussard from stealing in the future. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Does the state need to present anything here? Because I think a knowing and involuntary made plea of truth that she's made under oath is enough to warrant the revocation.
Nothing from the state for her.
Anything to add? If not, Ms. Broussard, what I'm going to find on this motion to revoke probation in 38622 is that you have pleaded true to allegations 1 and 2 and 3 of the motion to revoke unadjudicated probation of those violations voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. That is enough to grant this motion to revoke probation. Be granted by a preponderance of the evidence or greater. Your deferred or unadjudicated probation is hereby revoked. And you are hereby found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this underlying state jail felony of theft. In that original disposition on the plea hearing, you pleaded guilty to the state jail felony of theft in paragraphs 1 and 2 of the indictment voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. That was enough to grant that, along with other documents supported your guilty plea to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this state jail felony. You were hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for 2 years. That confinement will be suspended. You are placed on regular probation for 4 years. There will be terms and conditions of probation that have been normal and customary that you have failed to follow. Make sure you get it done. Most importantly, you owe restitution in this case in the amount of $119 to the the complainant Jesse Ramirez, who I believe worked at HEB Pantry where this occurred, 3025 Dallin Road here in Beaumont, Texas. So can you pay that back? The quicker you pay that back and everything else is fine, I can then terminate this probation.
Okay. So in other words, when I
You
get.
need to pay your money back, and
Okay.
there, you got to serve a third of the
Okay.
time, but once you do that,
Mhm.
we can get this off your back and the probation office can move on to other clients.
Mhm.
All right. Now we go to 25 CR 262. What are you going to do now?
We've just sent to her a agreement for pleading guilty. Same thing, 2 years, probate for 4 years from.
No, I'm not going to do that on this.
Whatever.
Is there any restitution here?
There's not
No
restitution.
Signs with it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever feels appropriate.
What is her credit on 262? Is it 94 days on 216? Because I was going to just do time served.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 45 days, Judge. The one before she had credit before she was placed on probation. So that was-
All right. All right.
So she only has 45 days.
That would have to be. a
Cool.
roll call.
So we'll do. Okay.
You'll just change
That's what I
that.
plan to do.
You just change that on people.
Okay. Y'all get those done?
We've already sent the
It's not-
paperwork,
Oh,
Judge.
okay.
You can just change it on the plea bargain agreement or on the will.
We did it under the terms of probation, so it just needs to be changed to 1244.
25 CR 262 is now called the State of Texas versus Terry Lynn Broussard. That's you present with Mr. Dusler, your attorney, and the state's attorney, Dust, the defendant. We have a formal reading of the indictment and the arraignment here. Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
In summary, ma'am, this indictment alleges in paragraph 1 that on or about November 23rd, 2024, going on a year, you committed theft at Dillard's of a value of less than $2,500, and it looks like it involved some items that when you were stopped leaving the store, they recovered. What was? It's
Believe it.
generic,
Various items of.
various items. All right, did you commit theft that day and were arrested? All right, yes. Paragraph 2 goes on to allege that you have 2 or more prior convictions of thefts in 2002 and 2018 out of county courts of law 3 of Jefferson County, Texas, and county court at law 2 of Jefferson County, respectively. Is that allegation are those allegations true and correct that you have previously been convicted of thefts
Yes, sir.
on those times? So paragraphs 1 and 2 will constitute a state jail felony with 2 or more prior theft convictions in courts of law that are a county court at law or above in jurisdiction. Then when you just, any kind of theft is automatically a felony.
So in other words,
So you're facing no less than 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand the punishment range you are looking at? By pleading guilty to paragraph 1 and true to paragraph 2 in this state jail case. So you're gonna have to, this is gonna be a little awkward, so just work with me here. The agreement's been reached where your punishment of the state jail felony will be reduced to a misdemeanor punishment under section 12.44 of the Texas Penal Code, which states that a court may punish a defendant who is convicted of a state jail felony, which you're about to get convicted here on this, by imposing confinement permissible as punishment for a Class A misdemeanor, which is up to 1 year in the county jail. After considering the gravity and circumstances of the felony committed and the history, character, and rehabilitative needs of the defendant, the court finds in this case that such punishment under section 12.44 of the Texas Penal Code would best serve the ends of justice under these particular under this particular case. You have 94 days credit. So still have to, there's still going to be some, I'm just going to give her the credit that she served.
94.
94, that's what we're looking at.
Judge, I believe it's around 40 in this case. The 94 was for the motion to revoke case.
She said,
Yes, 45.
45.
all right. And that's what it will be. None of that. I think it's fix all this.
Thank you.
Their punishment. Did you say 45 days?
5 days.
If I followed this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this state jail felony here in 25 CR 262? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? That is on your own free will and because you are guilty.
Yes.
I showed you what's marked as State Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document voluntarily? Understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence without objection admitted. In this indictment, you have you're pleading guilty to allegation 1, paragraph 1, which is illegally appropriating or stealing clothes of a value of less than $2,500 from Dillard's. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then paragraph 2 alleges that you have 2 or more prior theft convictions out of the County Court at Law 3 and County Court of Law 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, theft convictions in 2002 and 2018. You have pleaded true to all of that today. Paragraphs 1 and 2 constitute a state jail felony, which means you face no less than 180 days up to 2 years in state jail, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And furthermore, the agreement has been reached in this case that you would be found guilty of this state jail felony in 262, but punished as though it were misdemeanor punishment pursuant to a state jail felony conviction, which is allowed under section 12.44 of the Texas Penal Code. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I follow all of this, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So how do you plead then to this allegation 1 of theft of property from Dillard's? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty? And
Yes.
paragraph 2, which alleges those prior convictions of thefts out of County Courts at Law 3 in 2002 and County Court at Law 2, both of Jefferson County, Texas in 2018, are those thefts alleged that you committed all true and correct as they are alleged, and are you pleading truth to that voluntarily and because those allegations are true?
Yeah.
I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that? Understand it? Discuss it
Yeah.
with your attorney. Everything is true and correct. State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence and without objection. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty pleas. They're freely and voluntarily made. You understand what you're charged with. You're guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offense. And you were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses, totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1, part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence reports waived.
Yes.
In 25 CR 262, if nothing further, Ms. Broussard, I'm going to find you are pleading guilty to paragraphs 1 and 2, which constitute the state jail felony of theft. You were doing this voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. There's sufficient evidence from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of the state jail felony to support your guilty plea. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of the state jail felony. However, in accordance with this agreement, you are going to be punished as though this were a misdemeanor punishment of Class A misdemeanor up to 1 year in the county jail. You were hereby sentenced to confinement in the county jail for 45 days in this case. This sentence shall run concurrently with the other sentence in 21386222. Now, even though you're punished as though it were a misdemeanor, it's still a state jail felony conviction. That's not good to have. You have to be careful and follow the rules.
Yeah.
Will you do that? Promise? Oh, okay.
I promise.
All right. This should finalize this case. And I'm going to be placed on probation here on this other one and get that restitution paid back as soon as you can. Okay, ma'am? Thank you. Anything else?
Huh? I just need to give you thumbprint on you, please. Or right thumbprint? No, right thumb, yes, ma'am. Okay, that's fine. You get a hold of them, I'm gonna much stronger than that. Channels.
Aaron Kimball.
Okay. All right, go back.
We got 2 cases on Mr. Kimball.
Man, walk this way.
Now's not the time to faint, ma'am. Hang in there.
I'm satisfied.
She sounds happy.